everyone. It's Hippie here at Hippie's Common Sense Corner. And I have Apex here again, who should be here all for every upload. With this week's upload called "Let's Sit and Roll a Big One and Talk." And it's about why marijuana should be legal. It's been a very big topic in the last 5-6 years now.
Yes.
If not a little bit longer. I'm not talking about coke, heroin, PCP, or any of that stuff. I'm just talking about regular marijuana. I'm just getting so sick and tired of people thinking marijuana
is a gateway drug.
Yeah, and there's studies out there. You can Google it. You can go on YouTube, any of the outlets, or even to the library, and look it up. Marijuana is less dangerous than alcohol or smoking.
The only thing it's a gateway to is junk food.
Right, exactly. And I'm not talking, like the Cheech and Chong people, like they did where they're smoking all day and come around brain dead. Well, yeah, but if you smoke a joint or two a day, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
I'm just so sick of this country, our government, trying to take everything away from us. And to get back to what I was saying about the marijuana, you can go to a library and look in the medical magazine, catalogs and books. They have not found a link yet between marijuana and lung cancer. They have not. They've tried. Some of their studies, they say they did, but they won't show the work on the study.
Right.
And I don't believe in studies anyways, because you can make any study say what you want. You do a study, take it from here to here. Oh, it shows what we want. Stop right there. Oh, it doesn't show what we want yet. We'll go a little bit farther until it does. So in statistics. So I think, correct me if you disagree, Apex, that they should legalize it and treat it like alcohol.
You're right.
What you can't do while drinking, you shouldn't be able to do with alcohol. You get caught, like if you're legally drunk is, I believe, 0.08. So, for example, if you get caught drunk, the blood level is 0.05. But if you get caught with marijuana level of 0.06 or 0.051, you go to jail. You lose your license.
Right.
But you can bail out and be out in a couple of days. If you get caught growing it, treat it like the like moonshiners. But our government will never do that, because our government and politicians have gotten into this great game they like to play, and it's called warehousing people. So, and this will be another topic coming up very shortly about prison, and you can go to Larry Lawton. He's talked about this. So, and please throw your support, because he's trying to go for prison reform. Please support Larry Lawton, because he's on the right track. He's going to change I think he's going to get some things changed in the future here. Because what really sucks about, and this is why they will not ever legalize marijuana full time, for everybody. Like in Wisconsin, in Waupun, there's Waupun Prison, okay? There's a couple in that area. Well, the senator, the Congress people of that area, those people are counted for the yearly budget.
Right.
They're not allowed to vote. They're not allowed to say anything. But but they're counted for the budget. No. And I know they're for medical use. That's great. Well, I know a couple of people, when they're not high, I cannot stand being around them. Right. But once they start smoking,
they're more tolerant.
Right. can at least carry a conversation.
Right.
Especially with people with, what is that, ADHD?
Yep.
I think that would be a good treatment for them. Really, I think it would, and I think it would really calm them down.
And it's a good thing that he brought that up because I myself suffer from ADHD, and when I smoke marijuana, which I stopped now because obviously my health is more of an importance. When I was smoking every day. Like I would go through sacks of bud, and let me tell you, it helps you focus. It does what like riddling does to help you focus, but it also helps you become more concrete with decisions.
Right. And another thing, the reason why the politicians will never do it because they want to act like they're tough. They want to seem like they're soft on crime. They want to be tough on crime. But okay, if that's what they really believe, that's fine. Well, then why aren't they doing it more for the alcohol too?
Right.
I mean, back about, I would say about 18 years ago, they passed it, maybe a little bit around there somewhere. They quit allowing people to smoke in taverns, in bars, and at restaurants. I can understand restaurants, okay? You're eating your meal, that's fine. But a goddamn tavern? Because they did pass that law here. I couldn't shoot in pool because when I shoot pool, I used to use a cigarette to time myself, to pace it myself.
Right.
So, no, I just don't understand why we're not allowed to smoke. But I don't have to work. And like I was saying, back in 2000, about 18 years ago, they changed it. And every now and then, it cracks me up. I'll watch Channel 6, Fox News, Channel 6 News. And they'll talk about, they're raising tax on cigarette sales again. Okay, they do a little segment on it. All of a sudden, they'll say, we're going to commercial. Stick around, because when we come back, we'll tell you how a guy on his 6th drunk driving will get 6 months, getting 6 months probation. What the fuck? I thought you were raising my cigarettes because you're afraid I'm going to kill you. If that isn't hypocrisy, please, somebody leave in the comments and explain it to me what hypocrisy really is.
And it's crazy, as far as like alcohol goes, like it's funny you say that, Hippie, because I've talked to my uncle about this countless times, and I'm like, there's more at risk involved when you're drinking than there is when you're smoking weed. I've seen people that wanted to take rides with people that were like, whoa, he's drunk, I'm not driving with him.
Yeah.
But I've never heard anybody say, oh, he's smoking a joint, I don't want to drive with him.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying everybody can't handle their alcohol. There is some people that can handle their alcohol. They still shouldn't be driving, but there is some that can tolerate their alcohol.
I know 5 people that I will not get in the car with them sober. They don't drive, they ain't. But the minute they have a few beers, they're perfect.
Right. So not everybody's being called out here for alcohol abuse. We're just saying that the level of abuse that goes into alcohol is much more worse than that of marijuana.
Right. And I'll tell you what, I love the smell of marijuana. When you open up the bag and smell it or somebody smoking. I can't smoke it, I'm allergic to the THC. If I smoke, if I take 1 or 2 hits, like when I was younger and before I was on the Suboxone program,
right.
If I was in bed with my girlfriend, if I took 2 or 3 hits, I'd be fine. But if I was actually sitting there smoking, partying all the time, I'd get a pain, like somebody's taking a branding iron to the inside of me. Right. Okay, so I don't smoke marijuana. But I'm not saying that they shouldn't stop. What I am saying is that if you can handle it, just like alcohol, if you can handle it, you should be able to drink. Make it. You have to be 21 years old. For adults. Don't like your kid doing it. Take them home and have the old man smack their ass.
Right.
Just as if he was puking, walking down the street puking from alcohol. Okay, but. Don't come down on my cigarette smoking and praise these fucking drunk drivers. I lost a lot of family members and friends to drinking and driving. Sometimes, some of them, they were drunk, some of them were killed by other drunk drivers. I was almost killed by a drunk driver 3 times, 3 different times. So don't, like I've said in other videos, I drove truck. And I like driving at night because I used to run to Texas, from Milwaukee to Texas. I'd run all night, on the big road. Sorry about that, but I forgot what we were saying. But
we were talking about how alcohol surpasses marijuana for being.
oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I lost a lot of friends and family. Sometimes they were drunk, sometimes they were killed by drunk drivers. So that's why I have a big issue with drinking and driving. Because I look at it this way: if you have enough money to sit in the bar to spend $40 in the bar for 8 hours or 6 hours or 4 hours, you should have enough money to take a cab home or go to a bar that's 2 blocks away where you can either walk or crawl home.
Right, that makes more sense.
And the bars in the last 20 years have been really good about it. Where a lot of bars, like in Chicago, I know give free taxi rides.
Right.
But people won't use it. Oh, I gotta get my Mercedes home. Well, you know what? You can sit in the bar every fucking night and pay a $1,500 drunk driving fee 3 times a year. Keep your Mercedes. But buy a piece of crap car.
Right.
I don't even go to funerals much anymore because by the time, the story with me is when I was a kid, a teenager, 14, 15, I thought I'd be dead by the time I was 17. Well, I made 17, I'll be dead by 25, 33, and I lived. By the time I was 34 years old, I was a pallbearer 76 times. I counted it one time. 70 that I could remember. And the way I look at it is, by the time I was 34 years old, if I was a pallbearer 76 times, because not every time you go to a funeral, you're a pallbearer. How many funerals have I gone to? Where I wasn't a pallbearer,
Right.
So I don't even go to. People die. Oh yes, I miss them. I feel bad, but I don't cry. I just shut down because death don't affect me like most people. If something would happen to my wife, I come home, or my girlfriend, or if I was like back when I was single, something, or if I was married, and I come home and somebody killed my wife, the cops would think that I was the one that did it because I don't break down and cry over death. Not that I don't love the people. You have to remember, and a lot of people aren't going to believe this, and even a lot of my family members, because I stayed away from my family quite a bit. I could get away with shit, and I don't like tell them, because I tell my family, oh no, that never happened, dude. Even when it happened, so I kept everything kind of to myself. I've been pronounced dead 8 times. I've had the last rites read to me 5 times. And I was brought back. I see what's on the other side. It does not scare me. And as a matter of fact, that's probably going to be another topic coming up real soon about death and afterlife and reincarnation and all that. But when it comes to marijuana, treat it like alcohol. Treat it like anything else. I used to hang around with the Indians all the time. I hung around with the Potawatomis up in northern Wisconsin. I hung around with the Mole Lake, the Chippewa Mole Lake. I had a girlfriend with the Electric Lambo in the 90s. In the 90s, when I'd be out on parole and I'd sneak out of state, I'd go to Utah, Montana, North and South Dakota, Blackfeet in California, the Crow, Navajo. I kind of knew a lot of those guys, and I talked to a lot of the medicine men. Well, there's one medicine man I know. Well, I think he passed. I think he passed about 16 years ago, but he was out of South Dakota, and he said something to me that was very intelligent. It really was. And I kind of, I know most Indians believe this, that when people die, they're not dead, they just go to another journey.
Right.
And I really do believe were talking one day, and I do believe in reincarnation, because look how many people are born a year. If God is your thing and He's up in heaven, He makes creates all these human bodies. What does He have? A machine that makes souls for all these? They
Right.
gotta do,
It's reincarnated.
Right.
You're basically using a different
Right.
house, but the same soul.
and there's even been documentaries and videos of kids when they were younger that they remember a previous life.
Right.
You can find it all over YouTube. And I'm sure if you can find it on YouTube, you can find it on TikTok and all these other outlets too. But it's
It's crazy you say that because I've experienced a lot of deja vu through through dreams and stuff, like where I've pictured stuff happening, and when I would wake up in my real life, like right now, in the present time, things would occur from that dream, and I'm like, wow, that felt so real.
and everybody's gonna say it's because of the marijuana, the pot you smoke. But no, I don't believe in. I don't believe when you're dead, you're dead. I just don't. Because like I said, I've died. And when they brought me back, it was like when you ever go to sleep, you sleep one night, wake up and you only have a dream or nothing.
Right.
That's all it was like. And if that's the case, I'm sick of this ride. I want my money back. I'm ready to go to the next journey because this ride kind of has been sucky lately. I want my money back. So, no, to me, my opinion, and I know we're probably going to get a lot of lousy feedback depending on how many people watch this. We might even get some threats, a lot of name calling. I am 100% convinced smoking marijuana is less dangerous to you than drinking alcohol.
Oh, it's facts. It's facts.
And I was a big drunk, and that's another thing. Even though I was allergic to marijuana years ago, I used to smoke it. I never went to prison, because most of the time I went to prison was for fighting, okay? I'd hit cops, I'd fight with a cop. And I would never fight one-on-one. I would rather fight where there's 3 against me. Or somebody had a weapon, okay? But what I'm getting at is, I never went to jail for fighting after smoking dope. But I did after drinking, or while drinking, And the only person that could stop me by just saying hippie was Last Call. Last Call has been gone now 6, 7 years now. So now I for sure stay away from the drinking because there's nobody here that can control me. I'm hoping one day you might get to know me good enough, but no. And the government will never, ever allow it that way because they want to warehouse the people. Take a look at these kids now. They go to school. They get into a fight. It's a felony. A regular fist fight. No weapons, no guns. Like kids going home, going to school and shooting people. There's no sense of that. But I really do believe it's happening because they're being bullied. And they're afraid to stand up to the bully because they're going to come up with a felony. A good friend of mine's a kid last school year got a 3-day suspension and a $348 fine for kissing his girlfriend in between classes after walking down the hall holding hands. I'll tell you what, back when he was in junior high, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I had a friend 2 years ago who had a kid that same thing basically happened. I don't remember what the fine was of the suspension during high school. But I'll tell you what, if I couldn't go to school and kiss my girlfriend or fight, back when I was in junior high, I instead of dropping out in 11th grade, I'd drop out in 7th grade. That's what I went to school for, was to see my girlfriend or girlfriends fight, party, I should have fucking go there to learn.
But answer me this, if marijuana has proven to cure glaucoma for elderly people, it's proven to help people with ADHD who have an attention span.
Yep.
It's proven to do a lot of things medically that some medications are too dangerous to
Can
do.
I ask you a question? Is about the ADHD? Is it proven, or is that just your own experience? Or
No, that's proven. There's actually been people on like documents where they say that that's helped their.
I didn't know there was actually documents, or it was your own experience.
Yeah, but what
I've heard enough people say that, so.
Right, but what I'm trying to get at is, if marijuana does so much to cure these things, why is alcohol accepted into society when all it does is act as a depressant?
Right. Exactly.
Why do you want to drive people to insanity when you could cheer them up with marijuana?
Right. And when it comes to marijuana, my favorite politician, you can go on YouTube and put in Jesse Ventura talks about marijuana or something with marijuana. And I hope I hope Mr. Ventura does not get mad at me for bringing this up, but I seen on YouTube that his wife has a health problem. And by the time the video was recorded or uploaded, she was having seizures, okay? And then she started smoking marijuana, and she's been doing it for, I not really remember, I think it was like 3-4 years, but the whole time she's been on marijuana, the seizures have actually stopped. And if I insulted you or your wife, Mr. Ventura, I'm very sorry. I'm doing this out of respect because I agree with, you're probably one of the only politicians where I agree with you with 95 to 98% of what he says. I really do. He's just, and that should even give it some credibility. If Jesse the Body Ventura feels that, there's a good thing out of it, maybe the scientists and the politicians should look into it just a little bit more serious or closely,
Right.
Because Jesse, I've been watching Jesse in wrestling since I came out to shoot, and one thing I can honestly, and I've read a lot of stuff, a lot of his, stuff about him. One thing I can honestly say about Jesse, if he didn't believe it, he wouldn't have said it,
Right.
I mean, even Vince McMahon said that because when he became the first teal commentator, Jesse talks about it. He said, right before he went out on camera, Vince went up to him and said, Jesse, do you believe it's true? Vince McMahon would have said that if my point was to be,
Right.
there's something to the point I'm trying to make here. So, I don't know. They're taking more and more of our rights away for our safety and our comfort, they say. And this is going to be another topic about the Homeland Security. And they, with the Taliban, they say we're winning. How the hell can you say that? Because every time they do something to us, we lose more and more rights.
Right.
Okay, and that's exactly what they want. Same thing I said about the masks. With China, they want us wearing those masks. We're giving them exactly what they want. Every time they take a right away from us, we're giving them Arabs exactly what the fuck, the Taliban, I should say, not all of them, but the Taliban, exactly what the fuck they want. And if our politicians can't see that, don't worry about me being an 11th grade dropout. Maybe you should go back to school.
Right.
I'm sorry, all this is very touchy with me. It pisses me off, as you guys can tell, but...
Right, and if marijuana isn't dangerous at all, what are they trying to protect us from? Maybe they're trying to cover their own asses.
If I look hard enough, I could show you in Wisconsin or over by the Wisconsin Dells, if I could find it again. I accidentally came across it back in, like a month before I went to prison in '85. A friend of mine who lives up by the Wisconsin Dells showed me some marijuana. There's corn, cornfields, but in the middle there's marijuana. Because when I went to see him, I took my bike and went up to see him. And I'm going down these backcountry roads, and by these cornfields, there's, like a detective car or a regular state trooper car or police car. There was like a SWAT van, a detective, And when I got to his house, I said, what the hell's going on? He goes, what? And I told him every road I went down by these cornfields. He showed me without, and then if you have a flat tire, you go down the road and you got cornfield on each side, you have a flat tire, a cop will pull up within 5 minutes because it's being monitored. Because inside those cornfields, in the middle of that cornfield, there's marijuana grown by the government. And he even showed me the articles in the paperwork that he got under the Freedom of Information Act. So, tell me, explain it to me.
Yeah, that's messed up.
And then we said we're fighting the drug war, the cocaine. We spend our government spends all that money fighting it up here. And then we're giving the kingpins money down there. How the fuck do you win a war by supporting both ends? They're sending billions and billions and billions of dollars to the drug kingpins, but somebody like who had a real bad opiate habit like I did, and I should have been dead. I told you this story. I should have been dead 4 times. I couldn't even get fucking treatment.
It's sad.
And you listen to these politicians, we want to get these people off these pills and all that. But they spend more and more time or allowing the insurance companies to come up with more and more reasons to say no to you for these treatments. And that's another topic I'd like to talk about one day too, about insurance
negligence.
Companies. I have no problem with people being on SSI or disability or getting the free insurance. But I want to do a topic about, like, my wife pays for insurance for us, and we don't get shit. They spend more time saying no than when I get my,
Yeah, it's not right. It really isn't. They should have more of an act.
There'll be another upload that'll be coming up. I would say probably in the next 2-3 weeks, I would say. Because we're going to start uploading probably to start at least 4 a week.
Yeah.
So, but they'll all be recorded on the same day, and we'll time release them. So, or however the fuck.
Yeah, we'll schedule them for release. We got you guys.
And then you'll have some where you'll just have me on an upload or him on an upload as fillers, and eventually once I get to know what I'm doing here more, he won't even be really coming to Milwaukee to record. You'll be there, I'll be here, and we'll be doing split screen crap and all that. So,
right.
Yeah, I think maybe a lot of the topics might not be interesting or exciting, but I think what will be fun for the viewers is watching us grow and what we do with this.
Right.
Even the failures are going to be fun, and even our progress will be fun to watch. Or at least that's what I hope I get. But
you guys, on behalf of both of us, thank you for yesterday's success with the video. We actually got a lot of views and a lot of likes on that video, so thank you guys for sticking with us. We asked that you do that, and you guys showed us that you can.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
And again, if you like this video, hit like. If you don't, hit dislike. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Hit that, pound that shit out of that subscribe button. Use it as a speed bag.
It helps with the algorithm.
Yeah, and share us with pass this around like a 2-bit hooker. We don't care. Leave comments, good, bad, or ugly. Because a lot of people say, I don't like bad, reading bad comments. Sometimes you can learn more about yourself with the bad comments than you do with the good comments. Really, so. And the way I look at it is, if I'm getting bad comments, at least people are watching. We're getting people's attention. So.
Right.
We're hitting somebody's nerve. We're pissing somebody off. I'm not doing this to piss people off, but if we're getting people upset, we must be doing something right.
Right.
So, but yeah, we did look into setting up our other addresses to contact us at. When did you say you're going to do that? Within the next week?
Emails and stuff?
Yeah,
We can do that today.
Yeah, okay, it'll be today. So the next, probably not the next upload, but 2 uploads from now, or 2 days from now. Yeah, I don't even know if I give you the date today. Today is Sunday, March 29th, or Monday, March 29th,
Yes.
2021. This video will be uploaded today. So within the next couple of uploads, we should have at least a new Gmail, TikTok account, and hopefully a Twitter account.
Okay.
You know, we're not going to be posting. I don't think we'll be posting much on there right away, but it's more so that you have a way to contact us. So, and I talked to a friend of mine who works for the post office. I would say probably by May 1st we'll have a P.O. box set up. And I would probably say by the end of June I'll have at least one of the phone numbers. You know, cell phone, prepaid cell phone. So, you know, because we're really interested in what you guys have to say. And that's how, I mean, I struggled to even come up with this episode. I called Apex at what?
5 this morning?
No, the phone call last night.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about 1:30,
Okay.
because I couldn't think of nothing for a topic today. So, you know, we're turning to you to give us ideas. And if we do get like 4, we might not actually do your topic because we might get 3-4 topics that are similar, but your topic will be the topic which you might hear might be in another topic. So.
Right. We'll definitely consider it.
Right. No, we'll do it, but it might be combined with 2 or 3 other topics. You know, we might be covering a few things in one. You know, so just like if people send us emails, we're going to start reading emails. Well, if there's 3 emails that are the same, instead of reading all 3 emails, we may rewrite one that covers all 3 that are, you know, basically all say the same thing. So.
Right.
But whatever you send us in emails, we will read them and we will bring it up on the recording. You know, so.
Okay.
You got anything else you want to say about this?
Please stop taking away our rights.
No.
Marijuana is not deadly. It's not harmful. I mean, it can be to the wrong person that doesn't know what they're doing. But for the most part, I've never heard of anybody overdosing on marijuana. I've never heard of anybody dying off of marijuana. And if they have, the numbers are few and far.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as opposed to alcohol, we could go rounds for how many people die yearly, daily through alcohol means. But I have not heard of anybody die of marijuana. So I think, and I stress this, that it needs to be legalized and alcohol needs to be outlawed.
Monitor it, just like you do with alcohol. You know, just monitor it. Treat it like that. And watch how many more prison beds we have. Really, you know, how many more prison beds we'll have for the sex offenders, the murderers, you know, the people that should be behind bars, you know.
I've actually I've gotten stopped, and I've had a pipe on me and a little bit of bud. I got a $460 ticket because I had drug paraphernalia, all because of a pipe that had resin in it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I know a guy back in 2011 that came through a firm I volunteer at. They had one of those old Roach clips that had a little bit of residue in it. He got like a $330 ticket for that, and had to spend 5 days in jail plus do 50 hours of community, or 50 or 500 hours of community service for having a dirty Roach clip.
Pathetic.
But you know, go in the comments and tell me about the people that got off with 6 months probation on their 6th, 7th drunk driving, and then tell me how dangerous my smoking or his marijuana is. You know, like I said, I never went to jail for fighting on marijuana. When I did smoke it, even though it bothered me, all I wanted to do was sleep.
Right.
You know,
Sleep or eat.
yeah. So, but you know, like you said, you know, marijuana isn't dangerous unless you know they don't know what they're doing. Well, that's most people crossing the street. You know, most kids aren't allowed to cross the street till they're 10, 12 years old. You know,
Right.
So, I guess it's just common sense. So, I think we should end it here.
Okay. I appreciate everybody that watches this video. You know, if you agree with what we had to say in this video, let us know in the comments below.
Or disagree.
What, you know, whatever you want, it's open to you. But
even
let us know what you think.
Even if you want to tell us to go to hell, you know. But I'm serious. Hit the like or dislike. What was that?
I was walking my sweet ass across the street.
Oh yeah. Hit the like, dislike, subscribe, share. Like I said, pass this around like a 2-bit hooker. It's all the same to us, and there's no wrong comments, you know, or wrong topics either. You know, you give it all to us. So until next time, be smart,
Have common sense.
have common sense, and again, I'm going to ask for your help. But let's make common sense common again.